staying on top of all the regulations and requirements that could go into any given project is a big and common problem that companies within the real estate, home improvement, and trades industries face. So, a client of ours who is a construction company based in Toronto, Ontario. Toronto is a very big city in Canada, and big cities means that there's a lot of regulations and a lot of things you have to account for any given project in order to make sure that the work and the builds and the progress is meeting all of the government standards. And so an issue that they were facing is that every 3 to 5 projects they found that they were experiencing setbacks because they didn't properly plan and account for a law or something, which led to severe costs, time loss, and timeline setbacks. So in order to combat this and solve this issue for them, we essentially gathered all of the Toronto specific documentation on regulations, and this includes documents like the official building code, construction laws, zoning bylaws, fire codes, etc. You could pause and look through all of them, but these are directly downloaded from Toronto's government, the Toronto government website. And so what we did is we stored all of those into a comprehensive database and trained a large language model on that information. And the goal of this was that during the way it would solve the problem for our client was that in the planning process, it would give them access to a model that they could kind of just communicate with and ensure that they are accurately getting access and are being presented all of the necessary information without having to spend hours and hours and hours sifting through these various documents to identify whether their project and their planned out project met all of the guidelines. So as you can see, this is the database. There are over 11,000 records that this large language model is essentially pulling from. And here's a quick example to see how it works. What are the requirements for building, let's say, a greenhouse in North York, Ontario? North York is just a small suburb within Toronto, about 20 minutes outside of downtown. So let's see. So as you can see, this large language model is taking in that query. It's going to go into its database, retrieve the necessary documents and regulations that pertain to building a greenhouse in North York. And we'll just give it a couple seconds here to load. All right, let's look at the output here. A greenhouse is considered an ancillary structure under Toronto zoning bylaw 569 2013. So it's referencing the exact bylaw. We get location and setback requirements. Cannot be located in the front yard. Must maintain minimum setbacks from side lot lines, etc. Height and size restrictions. Blah 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 blah. As we can see, we're getting exact parameters, exact numbers, the permits that are required, the legal considerations and risks, and it comes up with a checklist to essentially help with the planning process to ensure that the process of building a greenhouse in this case, but it could be anything, provides you that timeline and step-by-step process which you can seamlessly integrate into your project plan or estimate, etc. I just want to reference this quickly. I'm running this within N8N, which is a low-code platform, but essentially what I wanted to just say is that you could use any of these platforms or even other interfaces to interact with this model and have it, send its outputs and responses back to you. So if you wanted to have like within Google Chat and be texting it within Google Chat or be email, you could email your query to this agent and have it respond in an email. Or you could use Slack. It's very variable. The mode of delivery is very variable and just is kind of up to certain preferences.